Hey everyone, and welcome back. This episode, as always, we're going to sharpen our focus on one of art's most fundamental building blocks, the line. But we're not just looking at it in one context. We're going on a journey through art history. We'll be exploring how these three artists, each from a distinct period, harnessed the power of line to create everything from raw emotion to serene beauty. Get ready to see how much can be communicated with just a simple stroke. Let's dive in. So to start off with, this is PH 374 by Clifford Steele. Let's start by looking at this really striking line that cuts down across the canvas. It's not smooth at all, is it? It's all jagged and kind of rough and really divides the painting into two separate areas, which creates a sense of tension, I think. Now over here on the left, we've got this big space of yellow, and what's interesting is that it's not just one flat colour. Clifford Steele has used different ways of applying the paint, so you get this sense of depth, and almost like it's moving. You can see the layers underneath there. You can even see some faint lines in there, which makes you wonder what's underneath, or maybe how the artist made those marks. And then if we shift our gaze to the right side, we can find these vertical lines. They're not all the same, are they? Some are thick and textured. You can almost feel them, and others are much finer and more delicate. They seem to be reaching upwards, which gives the painting a feeling of energy and dynamism. Ultimately, in this painting, line isn't just about describing things, it's a way of expressing feelings and energy. That jagged line we saw at the beginning, that feels like conflict or a break, and those vertical strokes, they give us a sense of upward movement and life. The artist uses lines to create a powerful experience that speaks to us on almost an emotional level. It's pretty amazing how much can be communicated with something as simple as line. Don't you think? Okay, so this is Jean-Pierre Hochade and Michael Monet on the Bank of the Epte by Claude Monet. So let's start by looking at these really prominent lines made by the tree trunks. They're a big feature here, reaching all the way up towards the sky, and you'll notice they're not perfectly straight, but they have subtle curves and changes in thickness. This makes them feel alive and kind of organic, almost like they're gently swaying in the breeze. Now, let's shift our attention to the lines created by the branches and twigs. These lines crisscross all over the place, making this complex interwoven pattern very faintly there in the background. They're very much thinner and more delicate than the trunks, and they seem to kind of dance and flicker on in the light. These lines really give the artwork a sense of depth and detail. And if we look down, we can see the reflections of the trees in the water. These create a whole new set of lines, but they're upside down and a bit distorted. They're also less defined than the lines of the actual trees, and they sort of shimmer and dissolve in the moving water. These lines make the scene feel more fluid and dynamic. Check out this faint horizontal line that separates the trees from the sky. It's not a sharp line, but more of a subtle transition between the two. It gives the composition a sense of stability and grounds it, anchoring those vertical lines of the trees. So in this painting, line isn't just used to show us shapes. It also creates a sense of atmosphere and mood. The vertical lines of the trees give us this feeling of height and grandeur, while the delicate lines of the branches and reflections suggest a sense of peace and tranquility. The artist's skillful use of line really invites us to immerse ourselves in the serene beauty of this natural setting. It's like we're right there, experiencing the calm and beauty of the scene. This is a painting called Happy Union by Paolo Veronese. Let's start by taking a look at the main focus here, the figures and how their bodies intertwine. The soft curves of their arms as they embrace creates this beautiful sense of flow and tenderness. These lines really draw our attention to the heart of the painting, highlighting the theme of love and togetherness. Now check out the lines made by the flowing fabric. The way the drapery falls and folds around the figures creates this dynamic mix of diagonal and curved lines. These lines add a sense of elegance and movement to the scene, making that feeling of joyful celebration even stronger. It's also interesting to look at how the figures interact. The direction of their gazes creates these implied lines that connect them, further emphasizing the theme of love and connection. These invisible lines add a subtle but powerful layer of meaning to the painting. Ultimately, in this painting, line isn't just about describing what we see. It's also deeply symbolic. The entwined lines of the embracing figures symbolize the union of love, while the flowing lines of the drapery represent the abundance of joy of celebration. And Veronese's skillful use of line elevates the painting to a powerful representation of love and harmony. It's a beautiful example of how lines can convey so much meaning and emotion. And there you have it. It's pretty amazing how much power a simple line holds, isn't it? Whether it's carving out tension in an abstract piece, bringing a natural scene to life, or symbolizing deep emotion, line truly shapes our experience of art. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the use of line in these artworks, and what other formal element of art do you find most compelling and why? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you've enjoyed diving into line with me today, hit the bell icon and subscribe so you don't miss out on our next aesthetic exploration. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.